It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Around 80 firefighters are still working to contain the massive Richmond Vale bushfire, but a southerly change and overnight rain has helped their cause. The fire ripped through almost 900 hectares and forced the evacuation of some rural properties. Crews have brought the Black Hill fire under control and are now blacking out hotspots. James Morris from the RFS says strong winds could still hamper efforts to contain the Richmond Vale fire.
It's certainly a huge task. The firefighters will certainly continue to try their best, assisted by aircraft and mechanical operators there. However, it just depends on the conditions that we see towards the end of the day. Obviously, we're still seeing winds, lower temperatures than what we saw yesterday, and obviously that moisture from showers. However, those winds could still cause issues for firefighters.
Meanwhile, it could be several weeks or even months before the historic Richmond Vale Railway Museum can reopen after fire devastated carriages and hundreds of metres of track. Chairman Peter Meadows says they're facing a damage bill running into hundreds of thousands of dollars.
There's three what were operational stainless steel passenger cars are now written off. They're just burned out shells. Our number one bridge is damaged. We've got hundreds and hundreds of sleepers that have burned out, and that's a considerable cost. When you consider a sleeper's about $100 a throw, a bit more, so that's where we're at.
A 22-year-old Lambton man has a date in court later this month after leading police on a pursuit in his car on the rims of one wheel at Belmont. Officers say they noticed the Toyota Camry putting out a shower of sparks as it travelled along the Pacific Highway at about 1:30 this morning. They tried to pull the car over, but the driver kept going until his car eventually stopped on the highway at Belmont North. It's alleged he returned a mid-range blood alcohol reading and was driving unlicensed. The STA Union for Retail Workers is calling for the state government to say no to a bill introduced by the Treasurer which would see Hunter retailers operate on Boxing Day. The union believes retail employees will come under pressure from their bosses to work. Newcastle Branch Secretary of the STA, Barbara Niebart, says there are no benefits for stores opening. However, workers are negatively impacted at a time when they should be with their family.
Well, it aims to make Boxing Day a shopping day permanently. We've had a trial for the last 2 years, which, as far as we're concerned, comprehensively showed that there was no benefit economically or to our people, but the government's pushing ahead with allowing it on a permanent basis.
Newcastle MP Tim Crackenthorpe says events such as the Williamtown contamination crisis are why we need a minister for the Hunter. Currently, the Hunter has a parliamentary secretary, but he's not a member of the Executive Council and can't perform the same functions as a minister. Tim Crackenthorpe says we need someone with more power in our corner.
We don't have someone sitting at the cabinet table bringing these issues to the key government decision-making body. They're also looking to outsource the community consultation group for this particular issue. The Premier's Department have been driving it, but they want to pull out and give it to some sort of other entity, which is simply not good enough.
A group of local volunteer firefighters who embarked on a 180-kilometre trek in an effort to raise funds for the Cancer Council will be passing through Sandgate to Kurri Kurri today. The Firefighters Walk for Life group are walking from Sydney to Lochinvar, hoping to raise $27,000 for the cause. Lochinvar Rural Fire Brigade member Jeff Jackson says the walk has been challenging.
The trek is from Lidcombe in Sydney at RFS headquarters to Lochinvar Rural Fire Brigade, approximately 280 kilometres. It's been a challenging trek. The road this way is a lot more hills and that than what we're used to, but we've all survived and doing well.
Sport for our sponsor PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Ernie Merrick's crusade to find another attacker as the Jets' marquee continues as he looks to South America. The club is believed to be in talks with AEK Athens striker Petito Rodriguez and another unnamed Peruvian international. The Jets have just 4 weeks to shore up their roster before the A-League season starts, but Merrick hopes it'll be sorted out quickly.
We think we've got the best possible short list and hopefully we'll get the number one from that list. Next week we'd like to finalise it.
Macquarie has suffered a massive blow ahead of their preliminary final with Central after forward Adam Swadling was ruled out for the rest of the season. 5 fractures in his thumb means he'll join fellow stars Blake Gallen and Brendan Worth on the sidelines. Macquarie is aiming to reach their 3rd straight grand final after going down in the past 2. And Hamilton captain Steve Lamont is in a race to make the Premier Rugby Grand Final with the Hawks. Lamont returns from a broken arm this weekend via a wedding in Mexico. as he tests his fitness in the reserves finals. He's expected to play half a game of both third and second grade, with a fitness test to be held after the games. And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 45, 3, 41, 20, 21 and 9, and the supplementaries are 28 and 12. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.